Welcome to GK Studios Podcast. I'm your host, N.A. Trey, where we represent and elevate the bar for the culture. Today, we're here at TDK CST with my boy Mike. Today we wanted to tap in with our network, man. We're here at a local business in the 979, and Mike is somebody who's a local entrepreneur, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mike started out, man, I'm gonna let you tell him how you started out, man. Here's what I know. This dude started out from ground zero.
Yeah, so
and like when I say ground zero,
you mean like the shed, or you mean the front porch? Cause that's where we really started.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you interviewed my brother Melvin just a while back.
Yeah.
And then we was coming back from Houston.
Yeah.
And we watched the podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like I was telling Eli a little bit the history of me and Melvin.
Yeah.
And that's my brother.
Now when you say Melvin, you mean Mel Bowser.
Melvin Bowser. Yeah.
We just interviewed last episode,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So y'all got a history, right? Because you are from the 979,
yeah,
right?
We're both from the area. And so like, what's good about the people that I came up around and I came up with, all of them were supportive on what I've done and what I've been through. It's just like from the beginning, sitting in the trailer house, right, and just talking about, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, and just trying it on my friends, my partners, you know, just experimenting stuff. Like one time I was on this. It's a funny story, right? So everybody's nowadays they're using this black ice, right? But back in the day it was vegan, and I didn't know how to use it. And this is 2012. Nah, this is probably 2010. And I was using it, right? And I seen it on YouTube, and I seen it.
Now this is a product that you use for
like to make the hair edge up black, okay, and the hair black. And
look, it's been a while for me, so that's why you gotta school me on this.
So it's a funny story because we sit on the front porch, and I mix the color. You know, it was back then it's a powder, so you had to mix the powder with the liquid, and it came in a little jar.
Man, that reminds me of Magic Shave.
Similar.
Okay.
Yeah, but see this right here, it's like just for men.
Okay.
But it was called vegan back in the day, right?
Okay.
And you mix that mug up, and I didn't know how to use it, but he was down to let me try it, and I put it on his head, and that mug got hard like a helmet.
You talking about?
I'm talking about hard, like I didn't know we were supposed to wash that out. So it was walking around his head.
And you did this to who?
To Melvin. Yeah, it was funny, bro. But like
well,
I say,
you didn't tell me about that, man. Yeah. You didn't tell us about that.
So like when we talk about history, man, it's I've been through, like, we came from like from nothing, and before we even start this, like I just want to say like my parents is who made me I am today.
Okay.
So like my dad taught me how to hustle. My mama taught me how to never give up. My dad dropped out of middle school. He didn't go to school. He went to Gary Job Corps. You know, so like growing up as a kid, like, and I started to see this with my kids. It's like growing up, like you're around these adults and they're telling you, hey, go get this, hey, go get that, hey, go get this, right? So I'm over here, I'm the handyman, I'm going to get this. While he's up on that ladder or something, and he's doing all this, and he's doing the work, but I'm the runner.
Okay.
So I think that's what made me the businessman that I am today, is because I grew up with that mindset, growing up around them. So when I got older, I started being like, hey, go do this. Because my friends, when they come over, they don't come to hang out, they come to work.
That's what's up. That's what's
up. But it's a process, you know. And then like I really didn't like visually see this until now with my 4-year-old daughter. Like she doing the same thing that I'm doing. Like she's telling little kids her age, hey, throw this away. Hey, go get this. Hey, go get that. But like that's because she's hanging around me. She's seeing how I move and the things that I do. You know, so like she's already in her mind. Like I think she's gonna be a boss. Out of my 2 daughters,
Yeah.
she's gonna be the boss.
Wow.
Yeah.
You already see that.
I see it because she's moving like how
Yeah.
she moving how I was like.
She
I
moves
was
like
as
you
kids.
move, right?
Yeah.
And see, you got the passion and the energy right now. You know what I'm saying? I can feel it. And, and that's what you got to have as an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah. Sure.
And like, I remember you speaking on your family, right? I first met your mom before I met you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back when, you know, I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
And like, I think her and your sister came and got like a card from me or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I met you. Now at that time, you weren't even doing any of this. Like what were you doing? You were working a job. Where at, man? Tell the people where you started out working at, bro.
Well, I first started off at Shipley's Donuts, and I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get there, making donuts. Well, not when he making the donuts. Actually, I was lifting the bags for the Synthetic so he can make the donuts. And I started off with me and Justin Ray, but see, I was 15 at the time. And then so I was 15 at the time, right? So the only reason how I got the job is because Tom Archer is from Calvert. My mom's from Calvert, so they grew up together. So that's how he gave me a job, because like I said, we didn't come from nothing. We didn't have much, right? So I wanted nice things. I wanted stuff. I wanted what the other kids was wearing. I wanted all that stuff. So you know what? I had to work for it, because you know we was, like, I don't say we was poor, but like we didn't have stuff that other people had, you know. So I got the hustle from my dad. Like, we had to work for what we wanted, and that's when I started at Shipley's Donuts. When I would go there from 4 to like 7 sometimes, because I had a football practice, so I had to be at football practice like on during the days.
So wait a minute. Hold on. You were playing football.
Yeah,
And
on the weekends.
On the weekend, and you were getting up and you were going to work a full-time job at Shipley's Donuts.
Yeah.
Okay. You weren't worried about what anybody else was saying because you already had a vision. Right? Yeah.
Well, no, I just winged it. I just knew I wanted some nice things.
Okay.
You know, I just knew I wanted what the other kids had.
Nothing wrong with that. It started out with you wanting nice things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I was like, I had to work for it. And my dad said, you had to work for it. They was just putting a roof over our head, food on the table. You know, it wasn't like stuff we can go out and splurge and things like that.
Okay, because I definitely see you got some nice things now.
Yeah, we
you know, I'm digging the ice.
Well, you see, I
Talk of the Town on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging that.
Talk of the Town. Yeah. It really came from one of the barbers. You know, one of the barbers at the Barbershop. It used to be called Mike's Barber Studio before we changed it to Gold Star, and we won Best of the Brazos. I would think it was like 5 years running back to back, 6 years. But
wow.
I think our third year, it was Joe, and he was like, bro, we need to do a shirt that say Talk of the Town. And you know what? I said, you know what? Let's do it. I said, you know what? Let's do it. I said, let's do the Talk of the Town, and I let him design it, and then we did a maroon one and a blue one, and then so we just took it and ran with that. But it was Mike's Barber Studio. So now it's Gold Star Barber Studio. We changed the name.
Yeah. What made you? What initialized the name change? What made you want to do that?
Man, it's so if you knew me back then, I used to compete these barber battles, and that's really.
I remember seeing you doing that.
So that's really how I made a name for myself, was barber battles.
So just like you have MC battles, DJ battles. See, I'm telling you, it's all part of the culture of hip hop.
Yeah,
it's all part of the culture, man. And it's not like disrespect or anything, but y'all have competition.
Oh yeah.
And it's friendly, but it's a gentleman's thing.
Yeah, because you need competition. I tell people you need competition. It doesn't matter what you do, you need competition.
Yeah.
Like I had a mobile barbershop. Well done. Well, let's tell me. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how Gold Star came about.
What? So you working at Shipley's? How did we get to where you have a barber school? You got your partners here, TDK. You got Mike's, everything you name him. How did you get to that point?
Well, see, so earlier we talked about like working. Like I never worked for nobody.
Okay.
Like I worked for my dad's company in the summer. Okay. You know, it was a summer job. But then I helped my friends out doing tile and flooring. Bobby Pena, DJ Stein, Joe B, Justin Ray. That's where we are. That's where we started at. Okay. You know, and that was where the hustle came from. That's when I started high school. I started cutting Justin Ray up, and I started cutting some other people in the locker room and stuff like that. And I got kind of good at it. And then, you know, people was like, it got a little clout. People started, man, you go to Mike. And that's where I got to cutting hair. And then I went to college.
Okay.
I went to college to play football at McMurray. Me and KT.
Wait a minute. You went to McMurray?
Yeah, I went to McMurray.
In Abilene?
In Abilene. Me and Kesnick Taylor. He was a quarterback, and he went to play safety, and I went to play slot.
Bro, I was going to go out there.
You was going to go out
That's
there?
That's crazy, man.
Trey Odom is he's my brother, too. So he was out there. He was running track.
Okay.
And we was there, too. And I think he got like 4 rings.
What did you think about Abilene, bro?
Man, it was. This is why
Talk to me.
I got kicked out, right?
Talk to me.
So there was nothing in Abilene.
You got kicked out of Abilene. Oh, I know about Abilene.
Ain't nothing there.
Ain't nothing.
Right.
Hey, you better be in the house by midnight.
Right.
Yeah.
So we had to, like, for football, you had to stay at this dorm. It was like an all male dorm.
Yeah.
But on the bottom though, it was like a kitchen. It was like I think it was like a pool table.
I know what you're talking about.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was cutting hair on the bottom of the floor, and then like I was cutting like it was all male dorm. So people would cook on the bottom, and then I'll be cutting hair, and I just like just come on. And see, I was only making like $10. But see, when you cutting 10, like 20 people for $10, that's like $200.
Yeah.
But like now it ain't no money, but back then it was like
money.
I got a little money, you know. And I was all day. I had broke my wrist playing football.
Okay.
Right. Well, I fractured my wrist playing football, so I had a cast on my left hand. So now I cut my right hand.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was hustling, so I was like, I ain't gonna stop because I got a broken hand. So I just, you know what, I had a cast on this hand, so I'm gonna do it cutting hair like this. I'm cutting hair like this, and I'm still getting that money. And then we had a project one time, and I was going to school for business. Had a project one time, and I did my project. What do you want to be when you grow up? I said, well, I want to be a barber.
Okay.
My professor said, oh, you want to cut hair? And then they put up like a little salary thing online or whatever, and it was like $23,000 a year. But I was like, damn, I'm calculating what I'm making now. I'll blow that out the water.
Yeah.
Right? But they was looking at like a sports slips, like salary.
Yeah,
like that's not a barber. That's a hair. That's two different things.
It's
you know?
two different things, man.
So and plus they getting hourly pay, and I'm getting straight.
You're working
straight
for
cash.
somebody, not an entrepreneur. When you said barber, you had envisioned being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneur. Yeah, I wanted either a booth rent or like even when you're on commission, you're still an independent contractor.
Yeah.
You know, so even with commission, the more money you bring in, the more money you take home.
That's right. Yeah.
You know,
100%.
so that's what I was like. Then I wasn't going to class no more. I was cutting hair all day. I had people from Hardin Simmons, ACU, like coming around across the railroad tracks to come get a haircut. You know, and if you know Abilene, you know
your name got out there.
Yeah.
If that happened out there, so you've always been able to just make your name market and like get your reputation out there.
Yeah, because like really like your work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, your work speaks for itself.
You just gotta do the work.
You just gotta do the work, and you gotta do quality work. You can't just do the work.
Mean what you say. You gotta do quality work.
You can't just do work. It gotta be quality work, because that's what's gonna keep people coming back.
Yeah.
Like I can get this 15 one time or this 10 one time, right? And if you ain't like my work, you're not gonna come back.
See, man, I was a barber when I was playing in Blend. And I lost some customers.
Yeah.
My clippers got too hot. You know, I wasn't in the game like that.
Yeah.
But I was just accommodating people. But so I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They never came back.
It never came back.
But
see, me, I want that residual income.
Yeah.
So like, I'm trying to take care of you. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to take care of your partner, his partner, everybody else, because that's residual income that that can keep us a steady cash flow. And that's when I was like, I got called to the counselor's office, and she was like, hey, like, you ain't been to this class, you ain't been to this class, your grades are this.
I knew that was coming.
And that. And I was just like, she was like, what are you doing? And I was just like, I'm cutting hair.
You were making too much money so basically that episode of The Fresh Prince, when he started selling cars and dropped out of school. Yeah. I mean that was you, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of where it started.
It was like, you got to get up out of here.
Yeah. And she was real cool about it, like, cause I think I met her. She was from Arkansas, I believe. Mm-hmm. I still remember thinking she was from Arkansas, right? I forgot her name, but I know where she was from, and she was speaking to me about like being a minority and doing this and doing that. So she was like cool about my decision to go to barber school. Okay. So she helped me find a school with financial aid, and then I went to Texas Barber College in Houston.
Man, that sounds like...
So that's from Abilene to Houston.
To Houston.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. I was going to touch on the fact that you had somebody that was like a benefactor to you that kind of helped you get that going instead of hating on you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody could have taken a whole other perspective and been like, you ain't going to be,
you ain't going to be nothing.
But fortunately
Yeah. Because what
gave you that
she
battery.
What she had spoke to me, she was like, well, at least you found something that you like to do, right? And then so it was like, so when there's something that when you're doing something that you like to do, you don't work a day in your life, you know. So it was just like, it was just kind of like meant to be. So so that was one of my first deals where I was like, you know what, like, I think this is meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, because I always say everything happens for a reason, and people put people in people's life for a reason. And that was where I was like, you know what, like, God put that lady in my life for a reason. And so, like, ever since then, like, everything that I do now, like, I step back and I look, like, it's not possible without God, right? It doesn't, like, you don't, like, I understand, like, I don't go to church every Sunday, right? But I still know, like, I still thank the man above.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he gave me a gift, you know, a gift that I'm able to bless other people with.
Message.
You know, despite what people say about what you do, who you are, whatever, when you really get to meet somebody, you know, because there's been times where I got people in my barber school, right, and it was like, damn, like, what this person said about you and what this person says this and that, you was nowhere near that person. But see, people try to keep people away from people like us.
Yeah,
for a reason. You know?
And that's gonna come with the territory.
Yeah, it comes with territory.
But speaking on that, like I touched on at the beginning of the episode about the network, you know, and how we network. Like, it seems like you got your checklist and your criteria for like how you want to maintain yourself. Like, how did you surround yourself with the people that I'm looking at right now? I mean, they're like-minded individuals like yourself, right?
Yeah,
you have a common goal.
Because like everybody always says, you are what you hang around.
Yeah.
Right. And then so like it's been times where it's like I had a lot of people around me, you know, and when I was doing bar battles, you know, we was successful. We was doing we was paying for people's rooms. We was paying for people's food, gas. We was shuttling them, you know, and then it was just like we kind of cut some people off, right? And some people, they talk bad about you. But at the end of the day, it's like, what are you bringing to the table? Because I'm not doing bar battles no more. So I made a name for myself doing bar battles. I had to do that.
Yeah.
But now since I did that and I got a name for myself, I don't need to do that no more. So when I stopped doing this, people say, "Oh, you changed. You ain't doing it. You ain't hanging with us. You ain't fucking with us. You ain't doing this, dragging your name." But it's like, bro, I did what I needed to do. Now I'm on to this, and you still stuck back there. You got comfortable with me taking care of you, so now now you mad at me because I'm not taking care of you no more.
Gotcha.
You know, and it sucked because some of the people is like they're your family, you know, and it sucked that you had to experience that, but that's what makes us the people that we are today as business people. You really got to have thick skin to own a business. Yeah. This shit is not for everybody. Like, and I'm just speaking like from experience as real as I can be, you know. So when I started, like,
I mean, I'm sure people took advantage of everything you probably laid out there, you know, because but to be able to network with like these people is like, that's when I changed the people around me, you know, and I started seeing people like that was like-minded like me. So when I'm on my computer and I'm at the trailer and I was looking through stuff like, damn, I want to do this one day and I want to do this, or, you know, and you can kind of see who supports you and who didn't support you, you know. Yeah. And then so the people that were supporting you, they're still around you, but the people that wasn't supporting you, they really not around me no more, you know. And like, I mean, success filters that.
Yeah, it does. When they say money change you, money don't change you. It changes the people around you, right? And then so when we opened up the I worked at Funky Chavot. I worked at InStyle Barbershop. When I got out of my school.
So when you first got out of school, you did have to work for somebody.
Yeah. Okay, I was at InStyle. I was.
So it wasn't just no fairy tale like,
oh, hell
no. You know what I'm saying? You out here, you got all these shops. So you had to work.
So yeah, I grinded. Like JoJo was here still grinding. Like he probably got here.
Who?
JoJo. He was just cutting.
Okay.
You know, so like I worked. This was a time where George. Like you can ask the guys in the barbershop. It was Terry Ford, Julius, Jamie O, and AC, and it was me in the back.
Okay.
Right. This is the time when George Zimmerman shot Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, I remember that was 2014.
No, it was before that.
No,
because I got out of school 20.
No, it wasn't 2014. That was like 2011.
2012.
Yeah.
2012.
Mike
right?
Brown was 2014.
Yeah. So So I was in a barbershop,
Okay.
right? And I'm Hispanic, and everybody else is African American.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm in a barbershop, right? I'm trying to make a name for myself. I'm the youngest in the shop. What am I, 21?
Okay.
I'm the youngest in the shop, and then like everybody else is older than me, you know. And then it's a black-based barbershop. So, but luckily my cousins was mixed, so I had to kind of be like, all right, y'all come on Fridays and Saturdays when it's busy, so people can kind of see who I can cut, you know, because I would cut everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
And then so when I started doing barber battles and I got successful, I started going to classes. I spent lots of money on classes, to educate myself to be able to be where I am today. So I started mimicking like successful barbers like Pacinos and Curtis Smith and Mark. So I was listening to them as when they was coming up, you know, and then when they was on to come up, those are people that I was following, and then so I'll take that information, I'll take it back to the shop, and I change the service up, you know, I do this, I do that, and then appointments started coming out, and then I was the only barber in 2012 doing appointments, but the barbershop didn't want to make that change, so I had to do it. I had to do the thing again and make change my surroundings. So I went to a salon. And they allowed you to make appointments. Okay. Yeah, and I moved to the salon and I did appointments, and I moved at Funky Chevaux with Priscilla.
Okay.
And
shouts out to Funky Chevaux.
Yeah, they were right. They were actually right. They were right here by TJ Maxx, where the Toys R Us used to be. Okay. It was right next door to them. And then I moved there. I moved to Funky Chevaux. I was booked 3 months in advance. I wanted to go back to barber school because I wanted to be an instructor. I never wanted to open a shop.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of people don't really understand.
Yeah.
Like I never wanted to open a shop. It wasn't for me, you know. But
why you say that? What made you not want to open the shop?
The reason I didn't want to open the shop is because like seeing how people did when I was working at a shop, you know, come late. There was no structure in the business, right? Okay. And I was like, damn, how can you tell a grown man what to do?
True that. So if he ain't already gonna be there,
and I said, because if you ain't gonna be here, then I said, bro, you got all these people here waiting on you. Where you at? Oh shit, don't worry about me, though. So it's an argument. I don't even go home and argue with my wife. I'm gonna come to work and argue with a grown man.
That's
so I said, I didn't want to do this. I wanted to instill myself in other people, but if I can teach you from scratch, then that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
So I never wanted to open a shop. Then I always wanted to go back to school, but I always take care of my people, regardless of what I put people first before I put myself first. And so all the people that was booked out, like, cause I was booked 3 months in advance. So all the people that was booked out, like, who is it gonna leave them with? If I say, hey, I'm going back to school, I'm not cutting hair no more.
Yeah.
Where they gonna go to? They was gonna go to where he was at Absolute Images. They was gonna go to what other shops was in town. They was going back to InStyle. It's like, damn, like I'm not getting no money off of this.
Nah.
So I got all these people who and at first, like, we knew each other. Me and Jeff, we knew each other, but we wasn't hanging out. We wasn't close like that. So it was like, damn, for me to give you all these people, like, we don't even talk like that on a daily, you know. So I said, I got to clone myself.
Wow.
So what I did was I talked to JB, and he was from Somerville, and we live so close in town that we didn't even talk while we was in the city. I had talked to him in New Orleans.
Huh.
Yeah, I talked to him in New Orleans, and we chopped up in New Orleans. And
then y'all ran into each other in New Orleans.
Yeah, the barber battle.
But not.
We never talked here. Yeah,
you know. See, that comes from being in motion, man.
Yeah.
You know, when you get in the rhythm of doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's all that matters, man.
And that's why I say, like, and that's where I'm always looking like everything is happening for a reason.
Well, because you're making it happen, man. You made it happen.
God is putting people in place where you need to be around you.
Yeah.
And it's because even with this situation, like, there's another story behind this situation. This TDK situation, that was like people put people in a place. Yeah. You know. So when I was at InStyle and Funky Chevaux, I was competing, but I was doing barber battles. But me and you met him. Grand opening, LA. Yeah, but
shouts
see,
LA
lives in McAllen, but at the time he was living in Zapata. Okay. So that's on the border, like you can throw a rock.
Yeah.
You're right there, right? So we got so close in barber school, we was 8 hours a day. All day long, getting it.
Okay.
Right? So me and him got so close, and then when we went to so how we would link up was we go to barber battles. He would compete, I compete.
Okay.
But so the first battle that we went to was at Pika Pika Plaza, and this was Instagram just came out.
Okay,
Like
2013.
2013, 2012. Instagram just came out, but I was doing a lot of designs and I was posting them on social media. I think I did a Texas with the skyline in school, and I posted it because Instagram wasn't out when I was in barber school, but I still had those pictures, and I just loaded up with stuff.
Content.
Boom, 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 boom. And people knew me in San Antonio for my designs. So Luis was competing, and I just went to go support my brother, right? And then people was like, bro, you gotta compete. It's a slope and a freestyle. You gotta compete. And I was like, nah. I was like, because back then, like I was shy. I didn't like to speak. Like I didn't want to be in front of a lot of people, So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Like, nah. And then he was like, bro, and Luis, if y'all know Luis, like he's real like outgoing, real loud. Like, come on, dude, you gotta do it. You
gotta have somebody like that.
And then he was like, bro. I was like, bro, who am I gonna cut? And he was like, bro, you cut me. I was like, bro, like he was like, look, you cut me. And I was just like, damn. I said, what clippers I'm gonna use? Bro, my tools, they over there. So he had everything. So, but the difference, like, I didn't win at that battle, but that killed the nerves, like, because
so that's what I was gonna ask.
I got thrown in the fire.
Lose that.
I got thrown in the fire because I got thrown in the fire. So I didn't win that barber battle because like the design was clean, but the clippers wasn't my clippers like sharp enough. So the design looked like it was like a day old, 2 days old.
Okay.
So there's stuff that they look at in barber battles.
Fresh,
You got to be
crisp.
like crisp lines, like it's got to be on point. So the next barber battle, I went on stage like shit. I went on stage just ready, just doing my thing because I do it every day in the barbershop. So what's the difference between here and doing it up there? It wasn't nothing. So that's my mindset. My mindset was it's the same thing. So I'm just going and having fun with it.
Yeah.
And if every bar battle, we was having fun with it. We was winning. We was dancing. We was turned up. So if you really want to know like my story, if you want to go back my story, all my stuff is on my Instagram.
Got you.
You can see where I started, who I was around, the people I was around, people that the barbers people look up to today, like the OGs. Like I was, if you go to talk to the OGs now, like the Curtis Smiths, the Pacinos, the Marcus Hatches, Papito, A-Rod, Los Cuddy, all them guys, they're gonna know who we are because they say, they came up around us. They're considered OGs, but we still young. We still young, but we came up in that time where it was like that era, like the Instagram, the social media era. The only bad thing is I didn't take the social media route. I took the business route.
Why do you say that's a bad thing, man? Because from what I can see, the business route has treated you very well.
It's way better than the social media route.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's way better. But now, because back then you wasn't getting paid off of how you getting paid now for social media and stuff. But now that's the route to take. Yeah. So now, like I'm altering my success,
kind of turning it back around,
so I can get paid
back and catch that
over there too.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So that I'm altering my success so I can get paid on the social media route too. Because now I can use my business platform to do this.
Okay.
To do this other stuff.
Wow.
And that's how everything you have to do. You have to do it and mold it for it to be useful. Because if you're just doing it just to do it, like why do it?
Man, there's a lot of people who are doing it just because they want to imitate.
Because if people want to just go open a business instead of having a name on the business.
Yeah.
But if like I got these shoes in here, right?
Hey, you got some shoes in here, definitely. You definitely got some shoes in here. Right?
But
I mean,
like I've got stuff to overhead,
and
I got haircuts too. So this is where we say this is where you need competition.
Yeah.
Because I told earlier that I had a mobile barbershop before anybody had the mobile barbershop. The reason why I didn't do successful because there was no competition. I had set the standard, the market price, but there was nobody else to come up and have that. Because when you run in a business, you gotta look at it like this: it's below market price, it's a market price, and it's above market price. And if you keep competing for this below market price, you're racing to the bottom. So you can have the cheapest prices all day long.
The quality.
Well, not even that. You can keep undercutting everybody else, right? but you're racing to the bottom. I don't want to race. I'm racing to the top.
Yeah.
So I want to be above market price. So you can your slogan can be, we got the cheapest whatever in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm trying to race to the top.
Yeah, but your quality reflects that.
Yeah, it comes to that.
For.
Yeah, because all that plays a factor. Like it plays a factor. Like we put in, like, look at this. Like we really sat in here before. I think we had this spot for like 3 days, 4 days before we even touch anything, because we was looking like how can we make this unique? How can we make this inviting? How can we make people come in all day long? Because you can have a store, but if your staff ain't no good, if the business ain't no good, like, people's not gonna come in there.
So when you say we, who is we? I mean, like,
well, in this business, I brought my brother right here, Eli.
Okay.
So this is Eli right here.
Okay, so we got Eli.
You want to jump on the mic real quick and introduce yourself?
Yeah. Let the GK Studios Podcast Network know who you are, man.
Oh, man. Well, first, I'll take a little bit what Wayne said. Without God, I am nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Without God, I have nothing.
Okay.
So God's opened a lot of doors. Mike brought me in. There's a respect between us.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I didn't grow up in BCS. I'm not from the 979. I didn't know Mike when we were kids.
Okay.
He's got a lot of deep relationships. But our relationship was built on trust and respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so my background is in the construction.
Okay.
Me and my family, we got a couple of businesses here in town.
Okay.
And, you know, I kind of know how to manage a little bit, you know, kind of run a business. And when Mike said, hey, man, I'm going to open up I've always said this. This is very true. I told him. I told a lot of other people. I've been in the sneaker game for a long time. And I always said, if I ever do anything with sneaker related, this man has to be involved.
Okay.
Because there's one thing you can't buy. I can buy shoes. You can't buy the name and the respect that the city has for this guy. You can't buy that.
Say that.
You can't buy that. So I told other people that came into town and they started sneaker thing, I said, hey, get with Mike. Let him put a chair in your store.
Okay.
You'll get some traffic in there. No one took my advice. So when Mike said, hey, Eli, I got this thing, sneakers, barbershop, pretty much said, here's a blank check, I'm in. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to name it, I'll be your partner. Let's do it.
So how did y'all link?
Oh, so back to the bar battle story.
Yeah.
So first day I moved in, first time I came to College Station Bryan, I moved here. My wife, she's born and raised here in Bryan. So my wife and his wife, same high school, graduated same class.
Okay.
My father-in-law, he's got a couple businesses here. He's very respected here. I love my father-in-law. He's opened a lot of doors for me. I respect that man. So my wife's like, I'm not moving to Houston when we get married. So I was like, I guess I go to BCS.
Yeah.
I asked somebody, I said, where you get your haircut? He said, In-Style Barbershop. So I went. Everybody had a line, and Mike said, I'll cut you up. So I said, all right. And that was it.
Gotcha.
I've only had one barber for the last 12 years.
And
that's Mike. Yep.
I got a lot of clients.
Here, you gotta get back up here. We can't hear you.
I got a lot of clients that's loyal, that's been coming for years. Because when we did the appointment based, like, you had a set slot every single week. Whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever you had that slot. Every Thursday at 3 o'clock, that's your cut.
Gotcha.
Nobody can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call Mike at Thursday at 3 o'clock. That's my spot.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Okay.
That's how we met.
Yeah.
And,
that's what's up.
and his father was our neighbor across the street.
Yeah. So my father-in-law, we were neighbors, and then
don't go too far. 'Cause I'm gonna put you back in the hot seat. Real
and
quick.
so then what happened was I worked at hotels, managing a hotel back then. And so then he was going out city to city battling. So I said, hey, I'll pretend you're my cousin. I'll give you my discount. Y'all pay cheaper. And so he said, all right, let's work it. I'll cut you for free, and you give me the certificate. So that's how we did it. That's how we did it.
Yeah.
And we started working that
so
way
loyalty,
together.
man, and respect.
Yeah.
You mentioned respect as a
Yeah,
factor
for sure.
that people have for this man in this town.
And then he built what he has. Thank God I built what I had.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were able to start TDK. And like I told our staff, they're blessed. I know a lot of sneaker store owners that started with one shoe, a couple $100.
Yeah.
Luckily, our businesses are successful that we were able to get a great spot, we were able to get a bunch of inventory, get a great staff, hire a general manager. I mean, things that other people can't do on day one.
And you mentioned inventory, right? We're sitting in the presence of a shoe that's worth how much?
Oh, man, brand new.
Is it? Hold on.
Yeah,
Is it the? Let me get clarification. Is it the shoe or the pair of shoes?
Oh, it's pair. Yeah.
You said you just threw a number out there, and I put the shoe down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
here at the store, we got the famous Red Octobers.
Yeah.
Which
I feel it.
Kanye West.
Somewhere around. I mean,
Yeah, Red October's right behind you.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
I know when I'm around
about,
money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't say what I said. That's gonna embarrass me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So we have great inventory. I mean, it's a great store. We have Red October, the whole set of Yeezy 2s, the Pure Plats, the Solar Reds, the Red Octobers. We have all 3 sets of the the Air Jordan 1 Off Whites, the Euro exclusives, the UNCs, the Chicagos.
Yeah.
We got it all. Honestly.
I'm getting no ideas. We got security in the back.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know. You know
but
what I'm saying?
no, so our plan is to we got to shift the generational culture that we have as minorities. I don't want to just sell one shoe today. I want to sell shoes. I want my son to benefit off selling shoes tomorrow. My grandkids, we use all of our, just like Mike. I think that's why we just clicked. A lot of my employees are my family members. It's better for me when we all enjoy it. It's better for me when my family's there at the dinner table with me. All the nice restaurants we go to, it's better because my cousins are there, my parents are there, my in-laws are there, my grandparents are there.
No, we're going to toast to that.
Oh, yeah.
Everything this man's saying right now, Eli's saying we're going to toast to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about, man. Honestly, it's about sharing. And I've always said this. One day we have it. We have it all right now. We can do all the cool things. We can buy all the cool stuff. But, hey, tomorrow we might not have it at all.
Man, that's real.
It took a long time to get here. And we've seen it. People lose it real fast. It goes a lot faster than how it comes.
Yeah.
And
like you're saying, in our communities, especially as the minority community, we have so much competition because of a lack of resources. And it's like, man, when people can get over that ego side of things,
for sure,
and start, man, that's a killer of a lot of things, man. And when people can get over that and just start building, you see right here what's possible. We see that. It was evident. And so I definitely want to toast to that too, man, and salute y'all for what you're doing and bringing, to the community, man. It's inspiring.
Yeah, we want to. I love my parents. He loves his parents. I love my in-laws, but we should strive to be better in a respectful way. They made it somewhere with no education. Some of them, they didn't even know English. And they made something. I'm from here. I was raised here. I went to high school. I got some college. I should be better. I should work to be better. Think about it. They had it harder than we did. The generation
and
before us.
And when you say here, you mean in
the U.S.
United States?
Yeah, in the U.S. Yeah, in the U.S. And so, God's blessed us. So we're blessed to bless. Man. We're blessed to bless, man. We got to share it, man. We got to share it. That's the only way that it really works out, man. The top is lonely, so it's better when everybody's there enjoying it. I enjoy when my family members, because of me and the things I've done, they get to enjoy their own success. I mean, it's a blessing. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. You get to a point where, like, the material stuff, all this stuff doesn't matter. But when you get a call from a family member and say, hey, man, I'm at the dealership right now. I'm able to get my dream car. And and they work for you and you sign their check, no one can take that away from you. Yep, that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Come on, Mike.
Yeah. So, man, right now he just said a whole lot. Hey, man, respect. Dang it, I gotta put my drink down on that one. That was respect. Hey, that's
say whatever's in this cup.
Hey.
No.
But I appreciate the cup too, man, and the
yeah.
hospitality and everything.
We got to shout out to the businesses in the mall. You just Taste of Tropics cups.
Okay. Taste of Tropics been there for
years,
forever, right. Man. Where would we be without Taste of Tropics?
But you gotta get. They got the best. They got the best smoothies in the city. I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
that's why they've been in business so long. They got the best.
And the fight go
smoothies.
with that.
I go every time I come to the mall. I don't even come to TDK first. I go over there first. Spend my $3, $4, and come over here.
Yeah.
I come. You gotta.
Ain't
you
nothing
gotta
wrong
stop.
with that, bro. I would be probably broke from drinking so many Taste of Tropics.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not even kidding, man. So,
we put Adonis on it, right? And
shouts out to Adonis,
yeah,
DJ Adonis.
We put him on it, and he would go every day. He was going every day. I see every time I hit him I see him on the snap, boom, 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 and it's a drink. And then you see the thing, it's like 17 hours later, doom, another drink. I was like, dang. But yeah, he was on it.
So I see you got a super tight camp around you right now.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
had some success.
I don't have no blood brothers, but these is all my brothers.
Your brothers.
I only have siblings. I have 2 siblings, 2 girls, and so like I didn't
Shouts
grow up.
out to the sisters.
Shout out to my sisters. Shout out to my mom, my wife, my daughters. I got 2 girls of my own, so like maybe the third one might be a boy. Okay. I don't know.
Hey, you roll them dice, man.
Right.
You roll them dice. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
What they say? Right.
Nah, it's more of a dice roll.
It'd be 3 girls.
You got all the personality complexes and things that come with the girl. Yeah. Shouts out to my daughters. But yeah, man. So I know everything hasn't always been peaches and cream, though, man. Like you know, sweet and smooth all through your experiences, man. I know you've run into some controversy too every now and then, right? Like,
well, I think anything that you do, like anytime you're successful, it comes with the territory.
Yeah.
You know, this is actually my 8th business.
Okay.
But
8 successful business or like
8 success.
When you say business.
So yeah, we
like,
got when I left Funky Chavo, I opened a shop called Mike's Barber Studio.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I became Mike's Barber Studio. We already talked. We did a haircut for Christina. She had cancer, her throat cancer, right? So, but we knew each other before that.
Okay.
So we did a haircut benefit. Everybody that's around me today at the barbershop, those is the same. This Ivan from Madisonville, right? Willie.
Shouts out Ivan.
Shout out to Ivan. Shout out to Willie and Hearn, right? But everybody else that was there, they on the team now.
Okay.
We talked about this even before that benefit though, right? Right. Way before the benefit, right? But I had told him like, cause remember, I didn't want to do a barbershop. I wanted to go back to school first, right? But it just wasn't the time. 2016, it wasn't. 2016, yeah, it wasn't the time. No, 2014, it wasn't the time, cause that's why I was wanting to go back to school.
Okay.
I opened my first shop behind the Foxhound in 2015.
I remember
But
that.
I asked Priscilla though. I asked her. I was like, hey, like, what do you think? Like, I asked her for guidance, you know, cause I look up to her because she really opened the door and gave me the opportunity. There'd be a lot of people that say they put me on. They sent this person to me. They did this, and that, right?
Somebody's always gonna be like they put you on.
She was. I give praise to her because she was the one who really like helped me out. Terry, when I first got to barber school, Terry Ford took me under his wing at the barbershop, right?
Okay.
Because it was times where, remember I told you Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
That time it was real sensitive where you couldn't really joke in the barbershop. It was one time where they was picking on me.
You said you couldn't joke.
I couldn't joke in the barbershop, right? But people can tear me up.
Wait a minute. People, when you say you couldn't joke in the barbershop,
yeah, I couldn't.
Like,
you go to barbershop. Everybody's talking. Everybody's talking shit. You know,
Okay.
everybody's having good. But that's what that's.
Man,
that's
look,
the barbershop
you got to
feel.
remind me. Like I said, it's been a while. Bro,
well, see this. Well, you might have had it here 10.
Hey, it's been a while. Just trust me. Like,
so, but if y'all know Terry Ford, y'all know how he is. He a jokester.
Okay.
You know, this and that. So like he'll be joking with people, and then I think I said something sometime to one dude, joking because they shot it at me, so I shot back. Right. Dude got up wanted to fight me. Oh man, what's up, man?
And this is right after Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, this
after it happened.
Well, this is that time. Like this was probably like a few months in.
Okay.
Right. So they were dishing it out, and I, you know, I was quiet back then. You know, I really didn't talk mess and stuff like that. But that's where I think that's where I learned it from, like to talk mess. But I like because now you around me, I'm talking shit, like
yeah.
But we capping on boys, but that's what we do now. But back then, like when somebody shot at me, I shot something back. Oh, he was ready to fight. He got up, and then Terry. Big T took up for me then.
Yeah,
you know, but
Big T.
but he took me underneath his wing over there, and then AC, and I'm still cool with all the guys from the In-Style Barbershop. You know, we still talk. They come out of school and stuff like that. But so Terry Ford, you know, Priscilla, that's kind of who I say like put me in position in my early career of where I wanted to go, because she was like. Dude, you're very talented. You got skills. You got this. People gonna. Because when you leave a business, right? Everybody's scared to leave a business. everybody's scared to leave the business, right? Because
you have that stability.
Because you have that stability,
and
you're so content, and you're used to something.
It takes a leap of faith, man.
It does.
It does.
And then so when I left, we went to a small shop, 750 square foot shop. Okay. We started off with 4 chairs, ended up 6 chairs in that square foot shop.
So that's like
bro, that's like when I spin a chair, like that's just like me and you sitting together right here.
Yeah.
So JB cutting right here, Mike cutting right here, Vale, shout out to Vale, that's my brother, but man, that's the story behind it. That's the story of his own. So right here, Jose, Vale.
We getting each other's hair on each other.
Really, like, bro, watch it, bro. I'm finna spin around real quick. Watch it. That's how it was at the barbershop. And then, so we had that little shop, but we already talked about working together, right? Then we did a haircut event. And then I had that mobile barbershop, 2015.
Okay.
I literally gave up my chair for somebody, right? My chair in my shop was cutting outside in my RV to give to somebody else, right? But so I literally took care of somebody, right? Who you could just say was a bad apple in the business. Literally took care of somebody, gave up my chair, told my clients, you know, because you was been with me, right? I was cutting where I had to cut. So Dr. Carly, we used to play pranks on each other. She so behind the Fox and Hound, if you know the behind the Fox, if you ever been behind there,
where it used to be,
behind there, right?
Yeah.
So in that corner, like on the top corner now, I park my RV up there in the corner, like catty corner, and I would cut her hair up there. Yeah. So that's where I would cut at. And then when we were full, like there was at Norm's, I was at Norm's, right? And they was ready to make
Shouts out to Norm.
They was ready to make. No, y'all was at Norm's first. Yeah. So I'm gonna finish the story.
Yeah.
Right? So there was at Norm's first, right? And we had chopped, and they was ready to leave, and I wasn't. And so we outgrew the shop, and within like 9 months, it was 750 square foot shop. But then there was the spot where we're at now, University, and the landlord. I had to ask them like, hey, is this spot coming available?
Yeah.
You know, because it's vacant. Nothing's ever going on.
Right there on the corner where the sushi spot used to be.
Yeah, and then so he told me no. You know, and I was like, damn, you know, fuck, like, but everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So he had told me no, right?
Okay.
And then that's when them guys went to the other spot. The one
so the people that you had been taking care of.
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, so there was at Norm's.
You were at Norm's. Okay.
So there was at Norm's at the time, and then so when they was ready to leave. No, it ain't no bad feeling.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. You had a vision. Yeah.
But it fell through. Like it just boom, and it wasn't the time.
Okay.
I felt like it wasn't the time. So they went somewhere else.
Okay,
right?
Got you. Okay.
And then a few months later, like 4 months later, the landlord calls me, hey, man, these people said they're not going to renew the lease. You want to come in? You know, we can meet next week and this, and that. So, you know, I went and I met the landlord, but he wanted me to bring my dad. And I brought my dad with me, but I was like, my dad doesn't know. He don't know nothing about business, you know, because he worked. And so he just wanted me to come. So when I was meeting with the landlord, he was talking to my dad the whole time, like, you know, talking to my dad. And my dad was like, you gotta talk to him. Like, I don't know, like, can you do this? Can you afford this? Can you do that? Because being on university, it's high.
Oh yeah.
It's a high
strip, man.
Yeah, it's a high. It's really high, right? Yeah. So when so he's speaking to my dad, and my dad doesn't know. Like he does, like I really at that time in my career, like I wasn't like telling my parents like, hey, what we're making, what we're doing this, we're doing that.
Okay.
Like my parents was like, well, if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what about my son?
Yeah.
If he's gonna say he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, he really doesn't know what's going on. It's like, so like I think you should be talking to me.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, can you do this? Can you afford this? Can you do that? And then I kind of showed him.
Showed him the books.
Showed him the book, yeah. I kind of showed him what we was doing, right?
Yeah.
I showed him what we was doing with 7 people. I said, you got 2,500 square foot right here. I could put 21 chairs in here.
I bet his eyes lit up.
Well, he was just like, well, I don't want you to bite off something. I don't want you and
bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So,
I got you.
So, but what's good about that landlord though? He really took care of me.
Okay.
Like he
Eventually.
It wasn't like a he wasn't a big corporation landlord where you don't. No, he was like, I'm gonna pay rent. I'm gonna walk down the aisle, go pay rent. If I need something, like, hey, The roof's leaking. Okay, boom. I text him. Boom. He's there.
Okay.
You know, so it was like mom and pop. But
Gotcha.
luckily he was doing his thing. He'd been successful, and he had the whole shopping center.
Well, there's tax benefits to that operating that way, by the way. So.
Yeah. so man, he helped me. Yeah. I learned a lot of stuff. Because you learn a lot from cutting people's hair.
Man.
And then when you let them talk about don't talk about yourself. This is one thing I don't do. I don't sit here and just talk about myself cutting hair. No, I listen to my clients because it's therapeutic for them.
Okay.
Right? You get in a chair and you get to relax, but then I get to know my people. Because when I want to buy a house, I got a client for that. I need an electrician, I got a client for that.
It's the network.
I tell people your network is your net worth. And I'm a firm believer of that.
I love that statement.
I tell people like I worked for Adidas. I've been in places, I've been around people like that a degree could never take me to.
Yeah.
But how I shake people's hand, the conversation that I have with people, and I always kept it real and honest with people. That takes you further than.
Bro, that's priceless, man. You can purchase education, you can learn things, but being a genuine person is priceless. You know, and all those other things are just assets for who you already are, man. So, you know, that's the beauty of what you're doing.
And so the crazy thing about like the name change, so my brother, he went and did TDK and McAllen, right? LA Barber. We had a conversation, and before we make moves, we really have a heart-to-heart conversation about what we finna do.
Communicate.
And that's what it is. Like it's a guidance. So when Ghost Star wasn't paying us, we was doing the bar battles. It wasn't paying us, right?
Okay.
Wasn't making them. I said, well, if TDK can make you some money, go do it. I'm gonna support you 100%, right? So he went and did TDK. He was a manager of TDK of the barbering before he got McAllen, and then then I opened up Mike's Barber Studio, the big shop. So I used my name, right?
Yeah.
But so when they came to the shop, like at the end of the day, everybody has a goal, right? We all have a dream. We all have a goal. We all have something that we're working towards, right? He's got a family. He's got a family. You know, he's got a family. Everybody that's I've been surrounding myself with is like me.
Okay.
You know, so they got that mark, they got that hustle, they got that drive, they got goals. You know, if you really come around me and you ain't got a goal, then what you around me for? Right. So I
can tell you why they're around.
I talked to him. I talked to him about his goal before because I told him we talked, right? When I opened up that shop, you can ask anybody, you can ask the whole 7 people that came. I never reached out to them and said, hey bro, I'm opening the shop. Y'all come on.
They was already there. Huh?
They reached out to me.
Yeah.
So when you talk about what you had asked me before we got to this point, you said like going through stuff and experiencing stuff, right? Bro, when they came to my shop, I'm a firm believer of making people eat their words. I'm not gonna disrespect you on social media. I'm gonna disrespect you respectfully.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you eat your words, right?
Love that.
So when
you say.
So when somebody took to social media and called me a desperate ass pussy, right? He thinks my barbers. He like I'm gonna leave it at that.
Somebody got on social media,
right,
and said that.
And so I use that. That was fuel to my fire because I say that shit as my screensaver. Cause when I wake up in the morning, I gotta eat. I gotta get it. So I shout out to everybody who shot those slugs at me because you made me. You made this. You really made this, right? So when they came to the shop, right? I didn't ask them. We had talked about it a long time ago, and then they found out we opened that shop. Then they said, hey, well, we in, like, what we gotta do to come over there? We went to lunch and went to dinner one day, chopped it up, and then boom, they was there. And we experienced so much hate at that time. It was crazy, right? But that come with the success.
When you say hate, people trying to tarnish your reputation as far as being a barber, was it personal? What kind of things did you have to endure and overcome?
I took it personally because, like, my parents don't have nothing to do with my business, right?
Okay.
But it was crazy because people was asking my mama, was that your son that such and such was talking about? Right. So when it gets back to the family, so my wife's at work and she's doing, and they said, man, was she talking about Mike? And so when it got to that point, it was just like, damn, like my parents have nothing to do with this, but why they got to answer questions about what I got going on.
Yeah, see, that's where you cross the line. You don't bring people's families.
So people ask my parents, you know what?
Like
so I said, you know, I'm gonna put myself in a position where we ain't even gotta speak on that no more. We ain't gotta do that no more, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I hustle so hard is because like you're not gonna do that.
They just kept throwing gasoline on your fire, man, and it just made it just get
bigger.
But
I was young,
Yeah.
like I was
y'all,
young
y'all
and
hear
successful.
This? If y'all don't want to see this man succeed or anybody that he's affiliated with, you just need to keep his name out your mouth, because what all you've done is just look at the increase. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you can't stop what God has planned for somebody, man.
So the crazy thing is that like we did all the bar battles, we did all the networking, we did everything, right? I asked him what his dream was. We was in 2 years ago? We was in Miami. 2 years ago we was in Miami, right?
Okay.
We was at a club, we was turned up at a club.
Miami.
Some dude came up to me and was like, bro, hey, you go Star Barbers, hey. Like trying to
What?
like this.
What?
Remember that? And I was just like,
You in Miami, South Beach.
yeah.
And somebody come up and said,
say, bro, ain't y'all go Star Barbers? You this and that, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm Mike. But he's like, and your other partner? I said, yeah, LA, but he back home in Texas, right? I said, this is my boy Jeff. You know, this is my boy Jeff. And then he was like, man, yeah, man, I follow y'all on social media. I haven't seen y'all because we competed in Miami one time, and it was big. It was a successful event. Like Fat Joe was there, Timberland. Like it was a successful event. So like, I gave out my social media, my cape. You know, I'm Brandon, so my cape said my social media, my shirt said my social media, all that. So he must have followed me like at that one of those venues, and then so I got home and I was thinking like, damn, you know, like if he want to buy into my business, why he gonna buy into Mike? What he want to buy into Mike? If I'm buying somebody's business, right? I'm not gonna buy into a personal name.
Yeah. You're gonna buy it. You want to? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So we took Gold Star Barbers was the full logo, Gold Star Barbers Razor, right?
Okay.
So I simplified it. I said I'm gonna rebrand it because Luis is doing TDK. I'm gonna do Gold Star because I'm gonna go back to what the basics. I'm gonna go back to what people knew me as, right? So I went back to Gold Star. So if you see it, that's my first tattoo is tatted on me, the Gold Star chain. I didn't get this chain. I always said, like, I'm never going to buy jewelry until I can buy it multiple times. So, like, it's not going to affect me. Because I see people buy stuff, and it's like, nah, my neck not going to turn green. Like, I'm going to spend some quality money on what I'm going to get. So, like, I told my wife, like, it was either a slingshot or a necklace.
Slingshot.
So I went to the slingshot dealership, right? So it was like my birthday in August. I couldn't get the slingshot till November, but you had to pay for it. I was like, I ain't gonna do that. So I went and got a chain.
Gotcha.
So that's what I did. And I changed the name to Gold Star.
That's where the Gold Star comes from.
Yeah. That's where the chain comes from. So you see the star, and so I did this. So
there's meaning behind these, not capping.
So it's meaning behind it, right?
Yeah.
Because I did this, right? So we opened up a shop. So when JB, he's not here today. He's in Galveston. So he's my right hand man. He was my right hand man first.
Okay.
Right. Then so we opened up the Rock Prairie location. The shop was full, right? And I was like, damn, we gotta grow. I was like, bro, like, what you wanna do? And he was like, shit, what you wanna do? I said, you wanna open a shop? And we did that, and we opened the shop on Rock Prairie. And so that's what. So we named it Balboa's Barber Studio, right? Because this was before Gold Star came out. So we named it Balboa's Barber Studio, right? And then I pitched them the idea because what I wanted to do was like the Olympics logo, like you know how you got the circles.
Yeah.
The circle.
Yeah.
So I was gonna put all my boys on and get them in the shop, but we was gonna bring it together like the Olympics logos. So that's why Gold Star's the Mike's Barber Studio was circle first, but our stuff was gonna be like our shirt was gonna be like the Olympics logo. You know what I'm saying?
With everybody on it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, then we started doing Christmas parties. We started doing the Friendsgiving and all that, and it kind of felt like they were separate. You know, and then I'm talking to like Holly, I'm talking to my staff that been rocking with me since day one, that took the leap of faith and went to the Rock Prairie location, and it's kind of felt like we was distant from each other, and it's like they felt like it was separate. because when we do a Christmas party, we did one and then one, and it was just like, nah, this not it, you know. So what we did is I pitched the idea to JB, like changing the name. I talked to Jeff about changing the name and then buying into the business, you know. So the Universal location is his shop now.
So that's all your shop.
Yeah, he has majority rule on that shop.
So you're building a team around you.
I'm building a team around me. I'm putting people in a position to be successful.
That's how it goes. Y'all hear that? That's how it goes. That's the formula right there.
But like I tell people, like a business is only gonna. I say this multiple times. I tell it to my bartenders all the time. At halftime. I don't have time. Highway 21. If just in case y'all ain't know, me, my dad, Robert Galicia, he ain't here today. Shout out to my dad. Shout out to Robert. Shout out to our staff at halftime. We've been through thick. We've been through thin. We still rocking.
She got halftime. What else she got?
I got halftime. I got Ghost Star Barber Academy.
Okay.
I got Ghost Star Barber Studio 1, 2, 3, 4. I got Revival Barbershop in Navasota.
Okay.
Right. And then I got TDK.
So that's 8.
That's 8.
Did I count 8 or 9? 8. Hell.
Let me recount
That's
that.
enough. You got 8 businesses you're involved in every day.
Yeah.
And your only competition, you were telling me earlier, your only competition is who when you get up? I mean, you decide what you.
So when I get up in the morning, like I don't look on social media. I don't look at who's doing what, who's doing. So I look on social media. I look in my closet and I say, am I gonna wear Ghost Star today? I'm gonna wear TDK. I'm gonna wear halftime. So I look at what because I really rock. Like I rock a lot of stuff, but when I'm working, like I rock my own brand. Yeah. Cause we make our own brand.
Wear your own shit. Yeah. That's what I'm
talking about.
Yeah.
So one day my kids is gonna have their own clothing line because they're gonna print their own shit.
Yeah.
Daddy gonna print it, but they're gonna design it and yeah. We got our own equipment. Yeah. We went. So the pandemic hit, right? And they gave them stimulus checks out. Well, we put ours together and we bought us a screen printing setup. Now we got 2. I gutted out my trailer.
There you go.
A whole workshop, a dark room, a washroom.
Built with it.
I didn't go spend it. I invested in it and we flipped it and I'm making shirts for other people and all that stuff. So everything I do it. What I guess you can say that's 9 businesses, right?
Yeah, so that's 9.
I guess you can say that's
9,
right?
Baby. The 9.
Yeah.
The 9. So just make sure whenever you rock the G class when you tag me in it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tag. I wear fresh fades. I support like everybody.
I know you do, man.
That's one thing about me is like I know how hard it is to run a business. Yeah. So I'm gonna support every single buddy in the city.
Man,
that's doing it because I'm gonna share your post. I'm a regardless if I get a share or not, like I'm gonna share the post. Like it's a lot of people that I feel like the conversations that we had, they really took it and listened to it because I see people going off and doing their own thing and really being invested. Like Sub with the car wash, my boy DJ Stein. Shout out DJ Stein. He's DJing. He quit his job and now he's official DJ. Yeah, so full-time DJ. So like everybody like when we have these conversations like this, like we're at wherever dinner, I'm cutting the hair or whatever. Like we will have every conversation we have is like a real conversation.
Yeah, that's I can respect that and I feel it, man. The genuine, like you genuine, bro. Yeah, and that's why you successful. That's why you surrounded by successful people that I can feel. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely, always want to shed light on people like you, man, in the community. Yeah, this being part of the culture, man, and elevating the culture,
because
bro.
Like there's a lot of things that I've seen from like business point of view, like, and why businesses aren't successful is because you like, if I can cook, right? People, I can build this business up to cook, but if I can't train you to cook to be me, then they only want to come to my business when I'm there. Then how I expect the business to run when I'm not there?
Man, it ain't going to.
That's what we say. Like. Yeah. You got to be able to instill yourself in other people. And this is why I'm successful, is because I put myself into this individual, those individuals. Yeah. Well, when people come to my barbershop, I do haircut interviews.
Okay.
I don't see how good you can cut because I can train skills. Because we've trained some people who
they can probably.
Cut. we got some hitters. We got some hitters now. And we trained some people who wasn't nothing but throw slugs, all that stuff.
But are they gonna be loyal to you?
They not.
Are they gonna be?
That's one
are they
thing.
gonna
That's
stick?
one thing. But you live and you learn, and you don't hold no grudges. But you know what you did for somebody, because a screen record can kill a whole post about somebody brashing you. But I'm not that type of person, and we have this conversation all the time. Right? We laugh about it. Like, then look at this today.
You just got to be above that, right?
Yeah, you got to, because remember I told you earlier, I don't go. I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect you back and forth on social media. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna flex on you a little bit. I might do something that you might mimic what I got going on, right? But I'm gonna do something surpass it, and you're gonna be like, damn. Because J. Cole said it best.
Mike, you don't gotta flex, bro.
No,
you everything you are, everything we've been talking about this whole time is a flex, man.
Yeah.
And like you don't even gotta worry about that.
Well,
bro. Like,
no, I don't flex like this is not a flex.
Yeah.
Like this is just another story. This is a big city idea that I brought to my city.
Yeah.
That I would have to go.
But it's a flex,
LA or
bro.
something just to experience this.
All them people that fueled you along the way that we were talking about, that was throwing shots and slugs, bro. Calling you, putting your mom in.
That's in the past. That's 5 years ago.
And that's what I'm saying.
And
right
that's
now, you done manifested a major
thing. And
because we gotta.
Yeah. That was something that
we sitting around a $30,000 pair of shoes right now. I guarantee you they'll never be able to touch. So, but man, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you letting us come.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I want to bring in my brother. Like I say, this is my business partner at the university location. JB is a business partner at the Rock Prairie location.
So University, Rock Prairie.
So I own the soul of the South location and the Barber School.
Okay.
Right. JB's got the Caldwell location. Me and Chris Tucker got the Navasota location.
Okay.
And then halftime is me, my dad, and Robert. And I want to
Robert.
bring him in. He's got a story of his own. Like I said, when I brought him to the team, I asked him. I said, "What do you want to do?" And I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him tell you what he wanted to do.
Tell us real quick.
And
what
you
got?
What he got going.
What up?
What's going on, man? So real quick, tell me a little bit real quick, because we running out of time. But tell me kind of what you got going on.
Well, I mean, long story short, I mean, I'm from here, from Bryan, 979.
Born and raised.
Okay. 979. Been rocking with Mike for about 5 years. Like he said, we met up. We already talked about it, me and my boys, where we wanted to go, and whenever he opened up the big spot, we were down for it. So we talked one night at Cheddar's. He asked me what was my long-term goal, 5-year goal, and I told him, I said, eventually open my own shop.
Okay.
And he was like, okay. Well, hopefully by then, I can give you opportunity. If not, then cool. I respect that. Bet. So been rock with him for 4.5 years, and then he pulled me to the side, and that's when he told me, hey, how about you invest in this one?
And that was the one on University.
Yeah, on University.
Okay.
So of course, being 20 Chair Barbershop, I've never been a business owner. I've never been above nobody. So I'm like, man, that's a big jump. That's a big step to be in charge of 20 barbers,
people,
myself. And so I was like, let me think about it. So thought about it, chopped it up with my pops. My pops he's where I get my work ethic from. He's been with the city of College Station for 33 years. Finally retired, living good.
Shouts out to Pops.
Yes, sir. And talked to my wife, of course. Shout out to my wife. And so yeah, everything, we sat down with Mike. Numbers look good. I've seen the way he works, so I was like, you know what, let's do it. So we did it, took over. It was an easy transition, So here we are now, and proud of him because, he opened up another business, even if it's similar, with the barber chairs.
It kind of competes, but not really.
But at the same time, like, I'ma still support his business. Yeah. Because he's still, gonna support ours. So all we're doing is really just,
elevate
going to the top together.
Yeah.
Going to the top together, and. Yeah.
Yeah. Racing to the top. and it's a friendly competition, gentleman's competition, man. But
you got those.
Yeah, if they not coming there, they going to you. If they
exactly,
not, bro. And without that network, man, there's no value. There's no economy. You know what I'm saying? So I can respect that, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's all about building the culture, and that's exactly what y'all are doing, man. So like it takes a solid team to do that, and y'all got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man,
yeah, we're here for the long run, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
stop by Gold Star. Stop by
Yeah.
TDK. Get your kicks. Come holla at us.
Man, and you heard him right there. That's what you got to do. Support people that will support you, because they're gonna take care of you when you come in here. I guarantee it. You know, I'm gonna have to browse a little bit. I'm gonna stay away from that Red October. But you know what I'm saying? I don't even want my fingerprints on it no more.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? In case it come up missing, it ain't got nothing to do with me. So. But man, once again, we appreciate y'all for subscribing, tapping in with us at GK Studios podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it. And we're here at TDK. C-Stat. Y'all come check them out in Post Oak Mall. I'm your host, N.A. Trey. Peace.